Hi, I'm Joel Shinnis. Yes, that Joel Shinnis on YouTube. And I want to talk about my superpower. The one thing that I bring to a team that kind of really sets me apart and is a big asset to that team. And that is fast prototyping. I love doing fast prototyping. I love kind of being able to make something really quickly that just looks like it's working and gives people a chance to see what they're doing. I find that being able to make quick prototypes is a great way to clarify the communication and decision processes. And it's a great way to be able to provide some value or some sense of value very quickly. So I'm going to share the 5 things I kind of think of when I'm building a prototype. First, build the right level of prototype, build the right fidelity, okay? So it might be that pen and paper is all you need. It might be that whiteboard is all you need. It might be that you just need to often I'll draw things on a whiteboard and take a picture, and then sometimes even take those, cut them out, make screenshots, and just have, even my app will be just swiping between these screens. It's really simple, but it's very effective. So it's good to choose the right fidelity for what you need. Second, when it comes down to it, as much as possible, choose a toolkit you're familiar with. Now, for me, it's usually React and Parcel. If I have a backend to make, I'll either see if I can just use a static JSON file, or make a Node Express, or maybe a Ruby on Rails. I mean, with Ruby on Rails, you can kind of boot up a fully functioning REST API within 30 seconds. So there's something to be said for that as well. I also tend to use a UX toolkit if I have something like Bootstrap or Evergreen or Material UI. And doing that takes out a lot of decisions for me and gets me up and running making something quickly. And I think that's really a big key. So you kind of have to practice this on your own time. You kind of have to when someone says hey, we want a prototype, that's not necessarily the right time to be learning new tools. But if you put together your toolkit and you plan it and you prepare for it, and maybe even go on Collect UI and other sites and just practice making UIs, yeah, that'll give you a lot to work with. Alright, third thing, focus on the core. No one wants to see your login screen unless what you are demonstrating is a login screen, right? If you're making a video app where comments pop up over time, make a video where comments pop up over time, right? If you're making a microblogging platform, show that. Show the comments. If you're showing a financial process or something, a visualization, just show that. Focus on giving that first, let the rest take care of itself. It's easy to think oh, okay, so with this app, someone signs in, stop. Someone buys a ticket to stop. If they've already, unless you're specifically trying to show those things on purpose, there's a good chance it's not needed for your prototype. Focus on the core and focus on the core working correctly. All right? The ideal state. Fourth, fake what you can. Now for me, one of the ways I do that as a front-end developer is often if I'm giving a screenshot, I will take the screenshot and I'll clip parts of it out and put the image of that directly into my HTML and CSS. Just plop it right there. There's been a few times where I've done that, and they say wow, I can't believe you got it integrated so fast. And I'll be yes, integrated. Because I'm just showing kind of what it'll look like. I'm giving them a more complete picture of hey, you can now imagine this working in your app because here's what it looks like working in your app. That may also mean fake data, so I recommend something like Faker.js, which will generate a lot of names and addresses and that sort of thing. And learning how to use kind of timers and events to be this happens, 5 seconds later, oh, an event has popped up, right? So you can also do things where certain elements on your screen actually triggers certain events, and you can be here's what this looks like. Oh, I click this. Okay, now here's what this looks like, right? Fake what you can. Figure out what you can fake. Put that in. Don't feel bad about it, because again, this is just showing people what it is they will get over time. And the last thing, and this is kind of the most heartbreaking, get ready to throw it away. What you build with a prototype is a prototype. It's meant to be disposable code. So you may build something and people may say, oh, now that I've seen it, I don't want that. Which is cool. So you might be throwing parts of that away. Or you might have requirements changing as you go. Okay. For me, when I build one of these prototypes, I get to not follow all the rules. Like I tend not to use TDD, and I tend to like make it really simple, or use, load in a bunch of libraries, because who cares? And then I make another project that has like all the proper stuff I really want, all the good practices, all of the, kind of performance tuning and that sort of thing. And I use my original prototype just as a reference, just as like okay, what did I do there? Okay, that might be what I do here. It becomes more like a sketch, you might do for a painting. So that is my insight into the prototyping process. If you have any questions about any of the things I've said, please leave something in the comments. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, please leave a comment. I'm really counting on your feedback to help make better videos. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I really hope this helps. Best of luck out there.